Joining us now from New York's LaGuardia Airport is TSA Administrator David Pekoske. Mr. Administrator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, all indications are you are going to have a very busy Thanksgiving travel holiday. AAA is advising travelers to plan for long lines and extra time for TSA checks. Do you agree with that assessment?
I agree. I mean, Thanksgiving is going to be busy. It always is. It's our busiest travel time of the year. We expect to be very close to the travel volumes that we saw pre-pandemic, so in 2019. So my best advice to travelers is, plan for a little bit more time and be patient when you get here. I mean, everybody wants to travel, everybody wants to have a good experience, and I think patience will be key to that.
As you well know, federal workers, which of course includes TSA employees, must be fully vaccinated. The deadline is Monday. Now, last month, I believe you told a reporter about 60% of the TSA workforce had been vaccinated. What is that number now? And more to the point, are you going to be staffed enough to handle this big surge?
Yeah, to the point, we are going to be staffed enough to handle the surge, and I expect to have no impact whatsoever with respect to the vaccine on throughput times going through the TSA screening checkpoints. I'd also point out that for travelers, it's going to be a healthier experience because more and more people are vaccinated. And within TSA, we've seen a substantial increase in the number of people vaccinated within our workforce.
You know, you mentioned travelers, which brings me to my next question. Do you believe it would be good if passengers had to be vaccinated? In other words, if there was a vaccination requirement for domestic air travel for passengers, not just TSA and FAA employees?
Well, for passengers, we have, since February, had a mask requirement in all transportation systems. So in the airport, on board the aircraft, and on board subway systems and bus systems. So there's that level of protection. And then the carriers have done a great job in providing protections for passengers on board the aircraft. And we've done the same thing in our screening checkpoints. I mean, there are more plexiglass barriers in place, and we've advanced some technologies that we had planned to implement that really require less contact between a passenger and a transportation security officer. So overall, I think the entire system has done a really good job since the very beginning of the pandemic in protecting passengers.
Those are great measures, but there's nothing like the vaccine in terms of providing that protection. Would you support passengers being required to be vaccinated in order to travel?
Well, I would support, and we have the requirement in the federal workforce, and it's a very good requirement. I mean, it's resulted in a much safer workplace for all of our federal employees, and where we interact with passengers, a much safer, from a health perspective, experience for them. And so I am sold on vaccines. I think they're incredibly effective, and I think it's really important for us as a country to pull together and get as many people vaccinated as we possibly can.
COVID is a big issue in the skies. Unfortunately, unruly passengers has become a real problem at the airports, but also in the air. How concerned are you about this dynamic? And do you think more needs to be done to enforce measures against people who act out?
Yeah, no, thank you. And I am very concerned about it. I know the FAA is very concerned about it. The carriers are concerned about it. And it's something that we are doing our level best to address. I mean, we've increased fines for unruly behavior. We are criminally prosecuting some cases, FAA through the FBI. And we're going to message this issue very significantly in the run-up to Thanksgiving. I mean, you know, the level of unruly behavior is much higher than I have ever seen it in my 4+ years as a TSA administrator. And I will do everything I can, and I know my FAA colleagues will do everything they can, as well as our airline partners, to bring this number down. And I would just highlight that, the great work that the flight attendants do every day, literally every day, with an unruly incident on board an aircraft. And I don't think they get enough credit for the difficulty of the job they have always, and then much more so with these in-flight disturbances that we're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. They're being asked to do much more than should be expected of them. TSA Administrator David Pekoske, thank you for your time, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much. Good talking with you.
Good talking with you.
Well, you know what? And you are traveling on the busiest holiday of the year.
Yeah.
It's official. Sunday is the busiest travel day of the year.
Wow. Yeah.
Pack your patience.
Say a little prayer.
Okay.
Say a little prayer.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.